Now, famously known as The Wall, Rahul Dravid shocked the cricket world as he has announced his retirement from the ODIs and T20s at the end of the England tour. What's shocking is the fact that just hours earlier, Dravid had been recalled to the Indian ODI side after being on the sidelines for more than 2 years.
At the end of this, one-day series, I'd like to announce my retirement from one-day and 2020 cricket and concentrate only on Test cricket.
The wall of Indian cricket.
And a half-century to Rahul Dravid.
Set to end his ODI innings after the series against England. His announcement comes on a day when Dravid was picked for the ODI side after a gap of over 2 years.
The first surprise of the day came when Rahul Dravid's name featured in the Test series team, but the real shocker came at the very end of the day when Rahul Dravid announced his resignation from ODIs and from T20.
I think the one-day team has been selected again purely on performance, consideration of the conditions that are prevailing probably in England.
Since I'd not been picked for one-day cricket for the last 2 years, I was obviously a little surprised, and to be honest, because I wasn't picked, I had not informed the selectors or the board, of my desire to solely focus on Test cricket.
Sources say that having been constantly left out of the ODI side, Dravid had been unhappy at being overlooked. The 38-year-old veteran saw this as the best opportunity to hang up his boots and retire gracefully.
See, I'm honoured and privileged to be, selected in the Indian one-day team. I'm committed, as always, to give my best to India in this one-day series and in obviously the Test series that follows.
The Bangalore batsman is the third highest run getter for India in the ODIs behind Tendulkar and Ganguly, and only 1 out of 8 batsmen in the world to have crossed the 10,000 run mark in the 50-over format of the game. A true gentleman of the sport, the Wall will now turn his focus on Test cricket and hopefully help India retain its #1 spot.
In the short term, obviously, I'm committed now that I'm picked for the series, but in the long term, I think it's best for me and for Indian cricket, I focus on Test cricket.
While he will be watching the backs of the Indian cricket team here in England, he will be missing in action in Australia later this year. This is Simrat Guman, 4 Times Now in Northampton.